Yeah, yeah, TC3, we in the trenches.
Trench Talk Live, we keep it real. Breaking down the game, giving out the deal. NCAA, we talking skills. From the grind to the shine, we getting thrills.
Let's go.
Lights on, mic check, time to go live. Game talk, real talk, straight from the grind. Recruitment, NIL, we cover it all. From the field to the books, we never gon' stall.
Nah.
Trench Talk Live, we keep it real. Breaking down the game, giving out the deal. NCAA, we talking skills. From the grind to the shine, we getting thrills.
Let's go. Yeah, we talking facts. TC3, run it back.
There we go. All right, appreciate y'all for coming on for another week's episode of Trench Talk Live. I am Jacoby Cofield. Nice for y'all to join me. Appreciate y'all joining me for another episode this week. As y'all can see, the graphics are working. The good old issues, technical difficulties, we done earned them out, man. So big ups to that. Big opportunity for that. And without further ado, we will get started for a big time week, a big time episode, one that I've been excited for, one that I've been excited to get done. We're going to have on, we're going to talk a lot of good information today. We're going to talk a lot of big time information, but more importantly, y'all going to get an opportunity to learn about hopefully something a little different, something a little new. We'll talk injury prevention, but most importantly, we also are going to talk 5-on-5, how big that is, how important that is, and how that is a rising culture throughout the trenches for and a big opportunity just for young men to get exposure, to grow, and to continue to get better. So without a doubt, man, we will get started. Tonight, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my co-host. I'm going to introduce a guy that I've known for quite a while, hailing from the great state of North Carolina, man, born and raised. You know what I'm saying? My guy, my dog. I'll let him, you know what I'm saying, get into his whole interview and tell you his whole story. But without further ado, I will bring on my brother from another, Lawrence Keys, owner, operator of Trenches Elite. Keys, man, appreciate you for jumping on. Appreciate you for coming on tonight, man.
Oh yeah, man, definitely appreciate you having me. You know, this has been talked about for some weeks now. You know, I said we got to boost the ratings. You know, you got to definitely have me on Trench Talk Live to really give these kids some game for sure.
Definitely, man, definitely. And I appreciate you for jumping on, man. It's a big opportunity.
Oh yeah,
You're doing some big things for the state, man. You definitely are changing the game for the state of North Carolina. And I definitely respect you and appreciate you for it. Being a North Carolina native, being a guy that played his college ball in the state just like yourself, man. So let's go ahead and jump in, man. So again, for the folks that don't know you, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk your story, man. How did you come about? How did you get going? What did you know what I'm saying? What brought you in the ball? When did you get started? Yeah, man, give us the whole spiel, the whole background.
so he I can't leave out my the state I was born in. I was born in Maryland, up in Marlboro, PG County guy. Came down here years later. Came down around the middle school era. Got a chance to. I was really a hooper. If you know, we're from North Carolina, so everybody learned how to play basketball for football. Back in our days, and Kofi will tell you, it wasn't no AYF or Pop Warner. You know, so if you wasn't the 135, 125, 145, you couldn't play football. So guys like us had to first, try to find something to do, either doing rec or you playing AAU basketball. And I took the AAU basketball route, and I ain't gonna lie, I had no business being out there, but it taught me something. The main thing it taught me was, number one, I'm around a couple of guys that might go to the NBA. And number two, this isn't the field for me. But it, like I said, it helped me on the footwork tip. So then you fast forward, you get to middle school, and then you get to seventh grade where you're allowed to play, seventh and eighth grade. And I still didn't really know the game. athletic because like I said, I had a basketball background, and then changed it over. They say block this guy here. Okay, I could do it. I didn't know the techniques to it. It took until I got to high school, went to Wakefield High School in Raleigh, and Hunter Jenks was a great high school coach, coached around Wake County area for a good period of time. He taught me the game my junior year. Got a chance to learn from him that year, and then he left with the Heritage High School my senior year. But the thing about it, he always told me your best years of football is ahead of you. And I didn't understand that, back then, like best right now. But I didn't get it. And the reason why he was saying that was because I was doing all this off raw talent, dominating raw talent, getting an opportunity to create a lane for your running back. It's all raw. I couldn't tell you the techniques to it. So he understood when I got to college and started to get coached up that I was going to start to take my game to the next level. But I'll tell you, and Cofield, I always pick on Cofield. He's the ACC guy. And love him for that because he's from Tarboro, so he was an inspiration for his area. I was a guy, Division II guy, fellas. A guy. I'll tell you right now. I always laugh. I am 6'007". That is 6 feet point 7. You round it up to 6'1". That was my size. But I understood if you're short, you got to wow these coaches. Mm-hmm. How did you wow these coaches? Well, I knew I was going to have one of the fastest 40s. I knew I was pretty strong. So you just had to do everything else at a perfect status. It might not be perfect, but just to catch a guy's eye because you don't pass the eye test right away. I was a guy that, I'll tell you, I ended up signing at the top of college. Out of college, out of high school, I'll tell y'all now, kids, signing day is great. I was a kid that didn't sign on signing day. I know how it feels. So for my 25s to still grinding and you still looking for that offer, it's going to come. Trust me. I signed May 29th. March 29th. Way past signing day. But God had a plan for me, and I stayed the course. I was a guy that qualified NCAA late. Catawba gave me a shot late, and we went forward from there. The crazy part going to get you when we get to college, though. So we get to college. I get to Catawba College. I hate it. You asking a kid, a city kid, the kid from Raleigh, to go to Salisbury, North Carolina, and play with some kids that, So
out there in the middle of nowhere, man.
In the sticks, in the boonies. And so when I got there, I knew in 2 weeks I was leaving. I was like, I'm not going to be here long. But I enjoyed it a lot. I got a chance to play with some great guys. LJ McCray. Got a chance to play with the 49ers. You played with them, down in the CFL.
Saskatchewan, man. Shout out to man.
Jamal Rose,
ball player.
Jamal Rose, a 252 legend.
Mm-hmm. Another
CFL. Yeah. Got some years in the NFL. One of the best defensive gurus out in this on this region, Corey Johnson. Mm-hmm. One of the best coaches in the state of North Carolina, South Carolina. We got a chance to play. Who else was a part of that? Man, and during this, Coach Tom Sula, this was his school. So you're getting a chance to meet Tom Sula. So I knew that the pro ball was in reach. I knew that you can play it, get a shot out of D2. I just knew it was going to be hard. So then fast forward, I said, okay, I'm going to transfer. So then I get my release. This is going to blow your mind. That spring, I'm taking all these visits between Winston-Salem State and UNC Pembroke. And I chose UNC Pembroke. So that whole summer, I'm just training, getting ready for the fall. I found out the week before signing day that my credits weren't enough to get into school because I was coming from a private school. Mm-hmm. And I had to go home. I was at Lenore Community College that fall. I think I'm saying, don't quote me. I want to say it was Wilson?
No, it's out there by Kinston.
Yeah, by Kinston.
Yeah.
Went down to Lenore Community College the last day of registration, get the credits that I needed, took 3 online classes, trained at the time we had D1 Sports in Raleigh, trained at D1 Sports that spring, that fall, waited, got in that spring, boom. But more adversity hit. So I get there that spring, I killed the scene at Pembroke. I'm in great shape. Got a chance to get into the 2 deep that fall. I was okay. Well, my freshman year, my freshman season about to be a debut playing. We're playing with Salem State on CBS. It was number 2 team in the country at the time. I felt like that was gonna be my breakout game, but the week before the game, this is how kids. You better be glad NCAA is changing. Because the week before the game, I had to sit out again. Why? Because I wasn't supposed to go full time while I was at Lenore Community College. Nobody told me that. Division II compliance officers aren't the greatest, so they didn't know. Let's be honest. They're like, oh yeah,
You are just surviving by yourself, man.
man, you tell me the week of, and I'm ready to play. I done made the route and made the lineup. Yeah, you got to sit out. So that's 2 years I sat out. That's 2 years I had to wait. That's 2 years where it could have just went left. And I'm like, man, I forget this football stuff. Man, I'm gonna do something. I'll be a student. But I was like, don't forget why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Coach Gibson, rest in peace, was my tight ends coach at Music Parent. He said the realest thing. He said God give his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Facts.
And I believe that. So that following spring when I was eligible, you already know what the rest what went on from there. I've been hungry for 2 years.
Hey, you know what? It's crazy you bring that up, man, and like the adversity that you hit throughout, what I'm saying, your time to grow and become and get on the field. That adversity ain't never stopped, man. And like it's crazy. A lot of times we don't even realize it because in essence, that's already setting up the bigger picture and the longer story. And it's almost like foreshadowing because you continued to battle whether it was from a height, size, school, it didn't matter. Like every time they gave you a chance to get out there, man. And truthfully, I believe it makes a guy hungry, man. Like that adversity shows really where your hunger is at. And a lot of times I even talk about it like as far as a team aspect. Like when you go through something as a team, when you go through adversity as a team, like it doesn't do anything but make you tougher and make you stronger, and it really shows your character. To what you are, man. And definitely, bro, I definitely seen you fight and battle through it. No matter
Battle through it.
whatever they said, you didn't care. It was like, all right, yeah, you told me this, whatever. Give me a chance. You give me a
So
chance to put my feet on this grass or this turf in between these lines. I'm gonna get you, and
that spring.
You're gonna give me a look. You're gonna give me a shot.
That spring was intense because everybody felt the 2 years of pain. Ended up being the first O-lineman in school history to win offensive MVP. I don't touch the ball. I was an all-region guy. I got snubbed for the All-American tag my last year. We ain't even get into that. But in those 3 years, I gave up 3 sacks. So 32 starts. So but it was a lot of pain, a lot of passion behind it. Look at what I went through to get there. So I tell kids, man, how you start is how you finish. Trust me.
And let me also add in that was 32 starts at left tackle.
Let me get to that part. So
you ain't add that part.
There as a center.
The most important parts and pieces.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So 07, and then
I figured, yeah. So okay, so in high school, so being that I was that size, I was a center. I was an interior guy. My senior year, we had a quarterback named Connor Mitch, which was my guy. Good friend. So I wanted to play right tackle for him my last year. No problem. I didn't think nothing of it. Man, I get to Pembroke, and that as soon I missed out a lot of parts. So that fall after that season, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be with my same coaches. Them coaches leave. They go to West Florida. So those guys that were able to vouch for me, like, I know this guy can play. When he get a shot, they're gone now. So now here comes a whole new staff. Mind you, I'm coming off of not playing for 2 years. I have no film of proof of that. Okay, this kid can actually go. He can actually play. Man, I get there. I think what happened was they brought a JUCO guy, and you know how that goes with JUCO. It's a hit or miss, right? So you know how that JUCO lane is.
You got a home run, or you got a strikeout, one of the two.
Right. So you get a guy, he's 6'6", 310, but I mean everybody's running around him, So what ended up happening was a coach. I commend him for this, Coach Rodriguez. He had good scout because he actually watched my high school tape and was like, "Wait a minute, you played all 5 in high school." And I was like, yeah, I did. I'm like, I did it because my last year I was tight with my quarterback. It was the same scenario. I was tight with this quarterback. So they moved me to left tackle. At first I said, boy, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got me out here. But number one, Lou Rod was coming from Boise State as a tackles coach. So he was able to show me like the angles and like to show, okay, if you could be successful, you're not the longest, you don't have length on your side. but I had some pretty long arms for my height, so it saved me a little bit. But he was like, as far as the angles, I'll show you that. Man, it was out there looking like Little Trent, and it was literally Little Trent because I'm 6'1", doing this. He gets fired that year somehow. Here we go, another coach. I get Cody Kennedy. And I didn't understand who he was when I first got there, but he brought this Southern style. He was a guy from Georgia, had that Alabama grit to him, though. He was from both, lived in both areas, came from a Southern background. He came from West Georgia, so he's bringing a different attitude. So now I got the technique in me. Now I got this coach that's installing the dog in me. That's installing that, that grit in me, So now that junior year, you fast forward. Now, if you watch film, you seeing difference. Like, okay, the sophomore year, he got a chance. He was playing, man, take good angles, good steps. Now, his junior year, he's playing like he's fighting rent due tomorrow. You see what I'm saying?
Because he was playing D2 when it was.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't realize D2 is good ball, and I'm not going to take away from D2. A lot of people say, if you watch some of me on YouTube, like, man, you made it look easy. No, I had good enough coaches to make it look easy.
Facts.
I didn't have Division II coaches or coaches that were still learning the game. No, I got lucky. So fast forward, Cody Kennedy. If you look him up now, he was just at Mississippi State. He was an SEC coach. It just lets you know how great of a coach he was. I get a guy a senior year. It didn't even really matter by that time. I remember he came in. They made me work out for him on his interview. And I like talking to him, like, where you come from? He comes from Central Missouri, but he's never played. He's never coached O-line or played it. His father played it, and his father coached it. So he's off connection. So I went into the head coach, office, like, look, man, we got the same line coming back. So you can hire whoever. We're still going off of Coach Kennedy vibes.
Right.
And that's what happened. We was top 10 in the country. In my 3 years, 4 years, even including the year I sat out, I've been top 25 3 years out of my 4 years there. We've beaten UNC Charlotte. I've beaten Valdosta State with Kenny Moore, big-time guys. We play a lot of NFL players. So a lot of kids, I'll let you know now, kids, if you think you're too good for D2, you got another thing coming. Because there's some guys that's in that area, and it's a lot of guys in that division. Everybody's the best player where they're from. Everybody got a story. How do they land at these certain spots? So after that last year was time for the pros. Mind you, I'm still 6007, but I'm getting some buzz, because everybody's saying he's going to.
That's the thing. You a dog, so they look at it.
I'm still getting buzz. So I'm shocked. I'm still like, wow. Damon Talbert from Draft Diamonds. I'll never forget him. He dropped the small school NFL list. I was on it. And he was like, nah, you become a center like when you was in high school, they'll take you. It's just you're a little shorter than average. Your average center, but your pro day is going to have to speak volumes. I knew that. So after college, went to Cleveland to train. It's my pro day at Campbell. Worked out for the Browns. Didn't get a chance after the workout, but ended up going to the AFL route. Got a chance to get a stint with the Tampa Bay Storm. That's how I met guys like Ray McNeil. That's a big-time trainer around your area right now that was able to show me his style of the game, his version, because he kind of had a similar background. From there, man, I played 6 years. I had a weird journey professionally, though. Kofi will tell you, I was a guy that I went to Boone, North Carolina, for a game. That's how I got my break, kid. So I went to Boone, North Carolina, and played against arena team but had Greg Hardy on the team. Greg Hardy was a all-pro Cowboys guy, and I knew the marketing of it. I need to get some tape on this guy. Had a good game. Killed from there, went to the Arizona Rattlers. I met your teammate, Nick Marshall, because Nick Marshall was coming big time, came to the national championship, right, Auburn. Yep. But he was trying to switch positions, trying to learn corner.
Going to corner.
He was going back to corner. He was a cornerback. I want to say in JUCO, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He got moved to quarterback. Got moved back.
Mm-hmm. So got a chance to play with him. Chirac Thornton from NC State.
Yep.
Played with him. From there, I got my break. Was getting a call from Your Call Football, which was the startup for the XFL. Mike Sherman, which was the Green Bay Packers head coach, former head coach, Coach Brett Favre, and those guys, the head coach, and then Merrill Hodge ended up being a big influence on me now, but ended up being my head coach. He was the other head coach and every guy on the NFL staff, every guy on the staff was NFL guys. And I played with some of your teammates. BJ Daniels, my quarterback down there.
Yeah,
So to me, that was for a guy that was guys that was coming out the league, playing in that league, trying to go back in. It was different because I'm a guy trying to go.
right, definitely.
So me and Rule, I'm looking at things differently. And they might have heard that play before. They might have heard that, might have seen that skin. I'm writing everything down because I'm still the D2 guy. You know what I'm saying?
You. So you just trying to soak it all up.
I'm trying to soak it all up. O-line coach was Art Kehoe, which is the legendary coach from Miami, Hall of Famer. If you watch 30 for 30, he was the O-line coach for all those guys. That really changed my game, being with him, because I had the grit from Coach Kennedy, and I had the technique from Lou Rod and Sanye. Now you add that Miami flavor, and Coach Kehoe was a guy that really didn't mind voicing his pain. I got called MFer, but I understood it, and he was like, man, this kid's crazy, because sometimes I'll sit next to him like, yeah, you're right, man, I wasn't done for that, man, I should have did right. He's like, dang, he agreeing, but he didn't understand it. No, I get, I'm trying to take all this knowledge because I didn't play in Miami. I didn't play at these P5 schools. So what are you guys teaching different that I was taught, how I was taught, what's the difference? So I was soaking in, after that year, a lot of free agents, they had the spring football guys, and you had your NFL guys. A lot of people knew, okay, well, Key's one of the top spring football guys, it's going to hit one of these days. And did fan control football, so destroying from YouTube, famous YouTuber, played with him, or played in this league, AJ Green. So that was another league too. I did a lot of leagues, fan control football, USFL, stayed with them.
Balling out there, man. You on a new team, new league.
But I had to, but you gotta think, how I go to pro level, you just want to keep playing.
That's right?
You want to keep me on. So my last stop was XFL, DC Defenders. And Coach Barlow had drafted me from there. Actually, it was crazy because he drafted me because he used to coach at Virginia State. He remembered playing UNC Pembroke when he was there. So he was like, I knew exactly who he was. I knew exactly the type of school he was from. Because usually when I walked into these doors of these leagues, they're like, Pembroke, where is that? Like, what's a Pembroke? Like, shout out to Coach Ted Cottrell, just picked me up in the spring league. And Ted Cottrell, legendary DC in the NFL, was DC for the Bills and the Vikings. And he's like,
definitely.
He's like, so you from Pembroke, huh? Where the hell is that? Like, what's a Pembroke? I'm like, man, I don't know what a Pembroke is. I'm like, that's where I'm from. He's like, man, they probably got a damn statue at your school, huh? I'm like, nah, I wish. But it just, it lets you know, too, how a lot of small school guys, I tell, a lot of guys from small school that don't get a shot, it's not because you're not good. Sometimes you just not, your tape is not in the right person's hands. That was the situation for me. So I started cracking the Da Vinci Code, where I'm like, nah, I know how to get my tape to that guy. I'm putting it in this guy's hands. That was really how I kept going for the 5-6 years that I played at the college. But afterwards, I took all the knowledge that I learned, and I said, you know what? When I was in my area and when I used to come home and want to train, I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to really learn, get developed. Like, man, I done learned all this time. And one of my good friends, Coach Jones, Darian Jones, is also my D-line coach for Trenches League. He's a co-owner as well. He was like, man, start your dream. This is your dream. He brought it back. Like, I remember when you was in high school and you was doing our highlight tapes. You was making our film. You've always wanted to help kids, but how? You probably didn't know how back then, but that's your dream. Change your community, change your area. Fast forward, we got Trenches Elite, and we've done a good job taking Wake County to another level, and definitely trying to turn it into an O-line, D-line factory, to where we get the same respect that Georgia and Texas and Florida get. We want that same love. So we're on our way. They say it takes a village, now it just takes us. It takes our group. That's why it just takes TE, and nobody else. But
that's why I'm glad you said that, man, because you said that very humbly, bro. You said it as humble as I think you possibly could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it a little less humble because
Go
I've had
ahead.
the ability to watch, man. You know, again, my career coaching, I moved all over the place. I'm down here in the Tampa Bay area, down here in St. Pete, coaching, teaching, working with these kids, trying to grind, trying to grow another, do a similar thing again and grow these offensive linemen, these trenches. And most importantly, man, I've had the opportunity to watch you from afar, bro. And I just want to say you have put Wake County on your back. You have carried it. And not only carried it, you have revived the trenches in Wake County. And it is not close. It's not even an even matchup. That is why every time, every episode, I don't mind plugging TE. This is Keys. This is the guy I'm talking about right here, y'all. Like, I've watched it my own self. I've watched so many kids that I've worked with previously or that I've known. And I've watched the maturation and development kind of take off, man. And it's been crazy, to watch kids like Gavin and to know where Gavin came from and see him, even when I left, to see you kind of take over and take that development and keep growing it and to see what he's turned into, you know what I'm saying? And even on the field, but off the field. And that's the other thing is a lot of these young men and what we do, especially for you in Wake County is a guy that, played high school ball there, lived there, grown there to know the different distractions and know what it takes in order to grind to get to where you need to get to be able to help push, you know what I'm saying, push young men ahead and continue to grow them and continue to see them be great. So that's definitely a huge aspect in what you're doing, man. And like I said, man, I want to give a huge salute to you, brother, because you have not only put the area, man, forget the area. I'm gonna say the state again. You humble with it. You
He
said
said it. Hey, look, he said it.
it's the
He said it.
state. I've been watching it and watching it from afar. Like, man,
Yeah.
dog, he killing it, like killing it. And you brought it up, like being from the 252. You even in the Raleigh area, man. Like to go home on a spring break or a winter break or whatever, and you want to get to work. You want to have somebody to be able to refer to. You want to have somebody you can call and say like, hey, what am I? Is my coach seeing this right? What am I doing wrong? And to now have people that you can rely on and call on that actually are going to tell you the facts and the honest truth. That's a lot. But not only that, can take you out on the field. You've done it before. Um, and so many parents, like you brought up, man, they overlook D2 ball, they overlook anything. Oh, if my kid's not playing power 4, power 5, I don't want him to go. But not realizing that grind, that adversity, the teaching, the level of coaching that you get, and depending on where you go, can change everything. Like it can give you a better chance to actually make it just because you're coming into contact with coaches that are in transition sometimes from big places and they got to stop there and it's like, oh, they got a ball in here. Like this is a real dude. Like, yeah,
I tell you what, and I don't mean to cut you off. You saying it right and saying that. I mean, D1 players sat behind me. And all these teams all these circuits that I'm telling you about, if Keys was active, I started. So it's saying that the guys that were behind me some of them guys were Division I guys. Most of the time they were Division I guys.
Yep.
And but you might not have been coached up the right way. You might have came out with a big name. You might have played at a big time high school. I'm coming from just pure raw. What I'm giving you right now is just raw. It's passion. It's passion behind it. So I tell parents, Division I guys played behind me. A lot of guys ask me questions. Hey man, how'd you do that set? Division I now, and you'd be surprised how many guys in the meeting room. Hey, what you think I could do different? You're asking Division II guy. So what you got to understand is that when you get in a certain room, it don't matter where you from. Can you ball?
Yep.
And I knew that. So every time I walked in a room, that was the mindset. Can you ball? Can you play? And I didn't care where you was from. In my opinion, we the same. We here for a reason. We both here. We both meet eye to eye. We both shaking hands. You both we're telling each other where we're from. So we're out in the same playing field. Trust me. From the all SEC guys to guys that's just coming from the ground like myself. If you can go, you can go.
Definitely, man.
We don't care about the accolades.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact, man. I definitely appreciate that. We're going to segue into it. We're going to talk a little injury prevention real quick. We're going to throw this up here, man. And once we get in, again, we're going to get into it real quick. I will be honest with you. My fiance, who I'm gonna go ahead and plug in real quick, whether she like it or not. Legacy Sports Medicine, man. If you are down in the Tampa Bay area and you need work, if you have injuries, if you have nagging injuries, if you need prehab, rehab, whatever it may be, please, please, please reach out. Legacy Sports Medicine, Evan Ligon, man. She does a great job. She's helped me in my career, believe it or not. Shout out to her because when I was with the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, I definitely called her every single time something happened to me because the last place I was trying to do was go in the training room with people that I didn't know. So I knew she knew me, we could work it out. And she does a great job, man. So just real quick, preventative maintenance, just again, just general talking, y'all. For those of y'all that have young men that play the game, and Keys, by all means, man, if there's anything that you see up here you want to chime in, be my guest, brother. Throw it in there again. Throw any insights you can give because
Yeah.
as a fellow, college ball player, pro ball player, man, I'm sure that you've went through your nagging injuries. If again, for those of my viewers, if you have a young man that's going through an injury, going through something, please reach out, DM me. Again, I'll plug you in with the right people. I also have a chiropractor down here in the St. Pete area that I work hand in hand with now. So if you guys need anything, please reach out. Please reach out. So starting up, the warm up, dynamic warm ups over static. You cannot stretch a cold muscle. It's impossible. So for those of y'all pre-competition, you ain't warmed up, and you standing around and you just stretching the stretch, you ain't really doing anything. So get your body moving, get your blood flowing, and get it going. Movement prep. What does that look like? Knee drive, hip openers, band work. Again, warm your body up for what it's about to go through. In a little while, we're gonna talk 5-on-5. We're gonna talk culture. We're gonna talk one-on-ones. Again, I'm sure Keys will tell y'all right now. There's a dynamic warm up. They're moving. They're getting ready. They're prepping themselves for the competition that they got to go in and be a part of. So they're not about to stand around and just do a bunch of static stretches.
Yeah,
Um,
you just stand in one spot. Yeah, you're in trouble. You got to
it's
get the blood flowing. Really get moving. Unless you're just that guy, you just come out there. Even that guy, he's gonna regret it later on that night. Because he's like, man, I should have just stretched. So
exactly.
now you got to stay loose.
Got to, man. And lower body dominance. This game is played from the ground up, man. So your hips, your quads, your IT bands, your hamstrings, all that good stuff, man. Make sure that your big, strong lower body muscles are fired up and they're ready to go. Because the last thing that you want is to be sitting there and you pull a hammy in the middle of competition. It's hard to make it, and it's hard. You can't make the club in the tub. It's impossible. That's something that I learned in pro football real early. The most dangerous place to be is the training room a lot of times.
Training room, boy, that's the
This
worst
is
spot
why
to be at.
I will keep telling y'all, Legacy Sports Medicine. She will look out. She will take care of you. She will make sure that you can get your best chance to make the club. Um, Mobility and stability. So one thing I wanted to talk about here: mobility is increasing your range of motion. Again, shout out to my fiance. I learn something new every day. She be teaching me. And stability is increasing your body control. So if I can control my body, then that means I have the ability to control the man in front of me. If I'm an offensive or I'm a defensive lineman, whoever's in control is going to win the battle. Believe it or not. So if I can control me, I can control him. I'm going to win the battle. The biggest thing that I see go crazy on big guys is shoulders. Shoulder tear, shoulders pop out of socket. So the stability or the increasing of the control of the shoulder, small ligaments, small muscles around the shoulder. You want to make sure that you're growing it, you're keeping it strong because we got to punch, we got to hold our hands up. We got to do a lot of work with our hands and with our carriage, as I like to call it, how you carry your hands and where you carry them at. Last but not least, a mobility routine. So what I will say is this: I became friends with the foam roller way too late in my career. And if I would have became best friends with a foam roller earlier in my career, I promise you I would have been a better player. But I messed up, waited too long, waited too late. And then by that time I was rolling out every day before and after practice and workouts, 20, 30 minutes. And I should have been doing it my whole career, man. So definitely some things there that I've learned the hard way. And last but not least, we'll say I like to say train movement patterns, not just muscles. So unilateral work. What does that mean? That means you don't have to work one thing at one time. You can do single leg squats. You can do shoulder presses. You can do a lot of stuff just one side, and that's continuing to work symmetry, but also work your core, but work one side against the other, trying to create again symmetrical. For those guys that don't know, unless you're Trent or you're Jason Kelsey or Rodney Hudson, like you gonna play both sides of the line. Like you might play all five spots, like me and Keys did. Like that's just a part of the game. Like I played all five, you played all five. Like it is what it is. And the more you can do, the better a chance you have to be a better player and to stay on the team. So with that being said, work both sides. Keep yourself symmetrical. Get used to being on the left as much as the right. Sleep. I can't emphasize sleep enough. I could do a whole hour long on sleep and how important it is. The one thing I'll say is how your body and your brain resets. If you don't get sleep, if you don't have enough sleep, you're not gonna make it. It's gonna be a struggle and it's not gonna be good for you. So make sure you get sleep. And what I like to say is core and combat training. So I compare a lot of what we do up front to combat, like hand-to-hand combat. You trying to move somebody against their will, you're trying to remove somebody against their will. So why not get in those combat positions and make your stability better, make your body control better, make your core better. Get those same positions. A lot of times, guys that work out with me and train with me, we do stance hold and we do position hold. So you got to stand there locked up with somebody, and I want you to stay in that position and we get comfortable in it. That's how you're gonna make your money. That's the money position right there. You're gonna make your money with your hips down, your feet where they're supposed to be, your hands inside, your thumbs up. So go ahead and get comfortable there. Make yourself great there, make everything great there so that you are used to it, so that it's not an issue. So when it's time to go play, again, we can make our money. We can make
Yes.
the most money we can make, man. So um appreciate y'all for that again. I just try and give a little game, little
Oh
things that
yeah.
I would have learned earlier on in my career. You know what I'm saying? You get hurt here and there, and then you got to call down. I'm calling my fiance. Hey, I didn't mess my quad up. What can you do to fix it?
This is a difference too between playing 3 years and playing 6 to 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So just taking care of the body. When you're young, you don't really care. You feel like I can just go play, do the same normal things I've been doing. But the older you get, the more you really have to prepare. That's why you have the Jason Peters, the guys that can play for a long time, but they also take care of their bodies, Jason Kelsey. So those type of guys, this all matters. Trust me. The little things matter in playing the game.
And like you said, the older you get, the more it'll start telling on you. It'll
Oh
get to
yeah.
where you're gonna get out there and you're gonna be, dang, my hip ain't it's something wrong. Like, yeah, you should have been doing that years ago, but now you got to work extra hard to stay in the field. And I mean, shoot, down here in Florida, man, football is this is a football mecca. So these kids start playing when they're 7. You want a chance to play until you 37, 27. Better start making the preventative maintenance a part of your routine on a day-to-day basis. Otherwise, it's gonna catch up with you in the long run, man. So, um, take care of yourself. Take care of everything you're doing. And now, my brother, now we get to a part of the show that I enjoy way too much now. Way too much.
Are you kidding me? What are we doing?
Oh man. A matter of
Are
fact,
you kidding me? What are we doing?
ladies and gents, again, like I said, we like to focus on helping the young man, not necessarily who is doing the work. Okay.
Right.
Focus is helping the young man. And I'm laughing, y'all, for those of y'all that know me. I like to have a good time. I like to laugh. I like to make jokes. Keys does too. We have these
I'm
conversations.
a comedian too, so
Yeah.
I know whatever he has up his sleeve. is about to be hilarious, but truthful.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna
You know, it's not.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just it might be funny in the process, y'all. Like the whole process might be hilarious. All right. So without further ado, our first video that we're gonna
All right,
bring.
what we got? What you got for me?
Hit it. Good job.
I think a lot of people have to understand this game is a craft, and that was a prime example of just someone not respecting the craft and saying that what was that? I don't know what that was used for. And think about it, and you see stuff like that in my area a lot, and I tell a lot of parents, it's just these parents are trusting us with their kids, right? Their goal and their dream is to play at the next level or excel at the high school level at the best way they can. You want to give them good quality of work. That was a prime example of we just can't win with that. And it's bad on the trainer's part because you're saying good job, but imagine explaining that to a college. You know, imagine if that kid goes to a college now and he shows that clip. And the next thing they're going to ask is, what are you doing? Are you playing defense? Because that's what it looks like. You know, you might be, club ripping. I mean, that's pretty awful. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you, Coach.
Good, bro.
I'm about to say, I'm just not even
I'm
going
glad you got to it.
I'm about to say, I'm not even going to. That's bad football.
I'm sitting over here watching it again. Like,
yeah, when you watch it, you're like, what are we doing? But
what are we doing? Like, I'm
Hit it.
all right. Okay, I'm again. I'm not candid. I warned y'all before this that I keep it real. I keep it a band. I tell the truth.
Here's my thing.
That's not helping. There's no scenario on
There
the
you
offensive.
go. He took it out of my mouth, fellas.
There's no scenario in the offensive line where that being in that body position and doing what he's doing is gonna make you successful.
I think I'm feeling more disrespected because it's on video. Like you put it on video, so you in your eyes, you knew you felt that was a good rep. I wanted to show that to the world. Man, nah, it makes your area bad, wherever you from. You showing bad work. And that kid he doesn't know. That's why he's coming to you. He's coming to get answers.
That's my
that
thing
right there, that's like bringing a paintbrush to a test. Like instead of like a pen or pencil, like you just coming in here, don't have no business. I'm not gonna keep. Matter of fact, I will keep going. I hate to see it because like I said, those kids are really counting on these O-line trainers. You see on the internet, a lot of what's wrong with these trainers. And I can speak for my area. I can speak for any area. A lot of guys care about the camera than putting in the body of work.
there you go.
A lot of trainers. We got trainers in our area now. They might get a trainer and that's anywhere. You might get a kid for a day, and that day workout, he gonna make 5-6 videos off that day, and say that was his guy. We've seen it a lot. Kofi, you know what I mean, but we see it a lot. It's not authentic.
It's sad, bro. I'm sorry, bro. It's sad because the kid doesn't know. The parents don't know.
They don't got a clue. And then they're going to come find somebody like me going into your senior year, and then I got to break 3 years of bad habits.
And what's even worse, and you just made the whole point, bro. And that is my biggest thing, and that's my biggest pet peeve from all of this, is when you do stuff like this and you get involved with drills like this and drill work like this, what ends up happening is you see it doesn't work because your kid doesn't improve. Your kid doesn't get any better. Your kid gets frustrated. You've wasted a bunch of money, And then you come back to you or me, and the next question is, can you fix it?
Can you fix
Now,
the damage that you allowed your son the barrier for 2 or
yeah,
3 years?
and we're trying to fix the problems that have been created that are unnecessary. Like that's an unnecessary issue, and all it takes is to ask some questions.
I have kids in my program now. Well, I've had it. Well, I'm not gonna say kids. I use two examples. I've had two situations. I've had one example where I've trained a kid, and man, we're making strides. And because he felt like all my teammates go to this one guy, I'm gonna go here. Man, that kid came back in 2 months. He said I was only there for a month, and then the second one I had to find a way to get myself back before I even came to see you again because I lost so much work and knowledge dealing with this one guy. And then I've had a situation where I've had this is where I date back to where I trained the kid, basically taught the kid how to play offensive line, and then his parent might take him to another trainer to say, well, he needs to get different guys. It takes a village. I don't need a village. Trinity Lee is our own village. I don't think anybody, and this is just in my area. I mean, I don't mind it. I think we're up here, and like everybody's just down there. So I wouldn't want to be a part of anybody else's village. Look, Kofi is laughing. You know I'm telling the truth.
Bro, you look.
I don't mind it. The only reason why I don't mind,
it's not close. It's really not.
It's not close. And I look, and I want it to be close. I say that to say this: you're in Florida, so like I know like some guys that's in Florida that's doing it. Torian Wilson, Ray McNeil, Trenchman Academy. There's multiple flows. You see what I'm saying? Here it's like you want everybody to be on the same. You got some coach. The thing about, some trainers here and coaches here, they stop learning. They stop getting knowledge. They might what they learned in 2000 and now I want to say that what you learned in 2001 when you played college ball. Yeah, you got to hint. The game evolves. What we teach, it might evolve in the next 10, 15 years. It might be a certain tweak that we might have to, okay, let me see what they're working with. But more of the story, you just got to keep everything up to date. And you just got to make sure everything that you're teaching these kids, it makes sense. The EDD, your everyday drills can't look chaotic. If that was an EDD drill, that's chaotic. We can't win that way. And whoever that trainer is, he knows better.
Oh man, bro, it's a sad day. This is a sad day, man. And you know what? I got another clip.
Man. If
and to me, they're equally as bad.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh.
Come on. It's getting soft. All right, break.
All right, yo. All right.
Like,
I gotta say it. Punching the cotton swab, like punching the single stick, is crazy work because he's punching up, like he's really going up with his hand.
He's forklifting. He's hitting the forklift on accident.
Man, and let's just work. And now I'm gonna work down. Like, first of all, second of all, the kid's hips are sky high.
Sky high.
So it like there's no east to west. There's no lateral change of direction because he can't press through it. He can't press through the ground. You got him doing footwork in and out while he's punching. His feet are all over the place.
Feet are chaotic, man.
I use the analogy: pass protection is a boxing match that turns into an MMA match.
Right.
I've never seen a boxer do any of that footwork while punching.
That was more of a like a pillow fight, Maybe them kids was slap boxing before it got real violent. Till it got real, that was their slap box. But even that, like with that, like stuff like that, you got this kid. First of all, I mean, no, when he strikes, no shoulders back, chest up, chin tuck, is everything throwing it out. So I'm just imagining if that bag had arms.
Ooh.
Just little that's stuff that I see. Okay, so then look, it goes back to this. And then you see those type of guys. Somebody could have told that trainer, hey, don't put that video out there.
Somebody could have looked for him and
somebody could have looked out for him. And they didn't. And you wouldn't be my friend anymore if you let me put something out there like that. But I mean, just being honest. But I'm telling you, Cofield, where we're from, we see that a lot. You see a lot of nonsense like that. That's why when I hear parents, like I said, I go back to when I hear parents say it take a village. It don't take no village. Not around here.
You know what? It do take a village, and the village looks like the people that are on this live right now.
Yeah, that's the village.
That's
it's
the
just
village. It ain't that guy over there. It ain't the guy on that side of town. That ain't the village.
I know this is a skills thing, but like guys like that should switch their titles to like movement specialists.
That's the only way.
That's the only way I'll let you go. If you was like, yo, I'm a movement specialist on the lineman tip, then I'm like, cool, you win.
You just trying to get people to move.
You just trying to get cats to move in space. That's all. I'm with you, big dog. But if we out here, that's your version of getting that kid better, man. If you go back to that clip, actually, you see the gentleman in the back, back up with his head down. Like, I can't believe it.
Come on. It's getting soft. All right, break.
Hey, yo.
He looked depressed. That's the main thing I caught after when you showed that video. He was like, my wife's going to kill me. I'm supposed to be getting my son better.
Oh, man. Like, he even knew it. He was like,
he even knew it. My wife's going to kill me when this video dropped.
Oh, man. I hope that
it was
kid,
either he knew his wife was going to get him. Everybody was going to tell his wife, like, oh, bad. That's a bad look. Or every youth coach in that area was like, oh, he cut. Soon as he come out in the field, just off that.
Like, tell him to pay his $250 somewhere else.
Pay his $250 somewhere else. He can't even get 8 plays on my team.
You don't even want his money. You good, brother. Go
nah. Just even getting him for free is robbery. Because they be like, look who's been coaching them.
So this segues perfectly into 5-on-5, man. And I want to talk about this, man. I want to give us a chance to chat about this a little bit, bring it up again. It's a culture. It's something completely different that a lot of people don't even know is taking place right now. Believe it or not, again, this is me trolling a little bit, but it is what it is. Neither one of those kids are going to win at a 5-on-5 tournament.
They don't have a shot.
And that is the part about fives that I like, man. And I'm gonna let you kind of explain what it is, how it looks. Trench's elite, man. He you know what I'm saying, Keys has started his 5-on-5 squad. And again, I won't still stand it, but I just want to salute him, man, and give him the big props just because the exposure that these young men are getting while also competing, taking these visits, having the ability to maneuver and move around, meet coaches, and go to places that, you know, mom and dad probably wouldn't have the opportunity to take them. But again, also competing against some of the top offensive and defensive linemen in the country. Whereas you might go to a camp and never see these guys because they're on their visits. They just, you know, they're chilling in sweat. As opposed to now, you know, this kid is cranked up, he's able to go. And it does. It gives you the chance to see who's been working with who's been doing what, who's learned what. And it's taught so much. So, Keys, man, I ain't gonna steal your thunder, man. Tell it,
Oh
tell
no,
it.
you was good. I was gonna let you go ahead. But he's right though. Because we knew in our area, in our state, that man, we kind of got the state in the O line, D line aspect as a whole. We said we want to see our reps. We want to see what we're teaching these kids. We want to see it in live action. And so what Coach Jones and I ended up starting was the 5-on-5 travel team. And we're the first team in North Carolina to start it. And what we created was a culture. Because now we see a lot of people in our state now that's trying to do it, that's trying to be a part of it. We look at that as a compliment because now the community is starting. We're starting to build something. But what it is it's a team of 10 to 15 kids. And we travel. All my kids been all over the East. Every stop, we're kind of like the N1 mixtape, 5-on-5, because we go to every city. We don't care where you're located. We'll go to Georgia, we'll go to Florida, we'll go anywhere. Maryland, DMV area, Boston, well, high up. No, we'll go anywhere. Ohio, anywhere you want us at, we're there. But it's clean. And saying that it's one-on-ones like you see in these camp series. 5 linemen up, 5 on offense, 5 on defense. My team on offense, opposing teams on defense right now. We get 2 reps apiece. It's rough. It's rules. A lot of people say, well, man, kids going to get hurt doing this. It's in T-shirts. Man, it's the same stuff you doing in these camps to get these offers. Let's stop. Let's cut that out. I see guys that's in our area that's trying to create it with the pads and that's doing it and saying, well, we're going to do it with the shoulder pads. We're going to incorporate the run block into it. Now you're getting kids hurt, because you don't know these kids and you don't have enough time to properly teach these kids how to do it. So we just keep it here. We keep the rules set where it's at. And saying that, like you can't bull rush, you can't 2-hand bull rush. We have reps for that. You can't hands to the face, so it's clean. You have to work your craft. Why is this a hit? A lot of people ask me. Well, I mean, colleges that are able to see or get a chance to eval their favorite kid or a kid that they're wondering, oh man, with his area, they're not really playing anybody. So now I show you film going against guys from different areas, from classified states, classified conferences. And now I'm answering the question that you didn't know. Sometimes going to the prospect camp, you still don't know because if the competition there is not up to the standard of what the university is, you're still not gonna get the best eval on that kid. So a lot of schools, they love what I do because a lot of kids, they know they're battle tested. They know if them kids go to an Under Armour Rivals they don't mind coming to camps because why? It's reps, it's work for us. We started it. If you saw us last year, guys like Gavin March turned it out for us. Asa Maggette, Javon Hargett, and all these guys are going to go to college and play football. Logan Pulley, Jaden Brody, that's one of the top edge rushers in 2027. He got battle tested. We had him on that team since he was a freshman. Grayson Williams, one of the top offensive linemen in the country for 2028. His first offer was from 5s. We did it in the 8th grade, So you have to understand a lot of our kids battle to all these kids you're reading about the shown trench of the league. Yeah, we know we got training in front of some cones is great. That's our job. We're supposed to show you the technique.
Facts.
Now it's my job to I don't want to wait till the camps to see can you really perform that technique in front of somebody. So I read it this whole off season leading up to that summertime. We on the road, we battling. And the beauty of it is instead of a coach having to wait to see you in the summertime, you can see what you're doing right now.
I'm a roll a little footage for anybody.
Yeah, what you got for me, man?
I'm gonna roll a little TE footage,
man.
Yeah,
a little TE footage. What you got for us?
Put off the IG. So I'm gonna just say this straight
Fun
off.
Fun fact though, before you start,
go ahead.
3 kids, all 3 of those kids we have, they were freshmen. All 3 of those kids has Division I offers. All 3 of them kids they had to get beat up before they can get to where they are now. So that's dope that you show that video because those 3 cats are sophomores now. Antoine McCoy is a future 4-star. Same thing with Jaden Brody, Marquez Wilbur is one of the top D tackles, D linemen in the state. So that's dope that you showed that video. Because the thing that all three of them kids had in common, they had to work their first year doing 5-on-5. It was rough.
Development.
But I watch them now, and when we roll in the tournaments now, kids are now, they know who these guys are. Because now they've been battle tested. We had them go through the bumps and bruises. Yeah, if you're a freshman, I want you to go against this junior. That's about to be a senior. So what? This is what you're chasing, what you're looking for. So I'm gonna go ahead and present it to you. And that's when you brought them, you showed them three, because them three really went through it. And now they one of the top 3 players in the country.
And that's something that I really, really, really like, and I really was gonna speak to, man. And that's the fact that the development in this process and the development that it takes in order to go out, get beat up, win, learn, and all in all, in the long run, you see yourself not only get better, but you see yourself get the O's. You see everything kind of take off, and that's part of the reason of again, that speaks to a lot to me as to what I'm saying, what you're doing, and the whole process of everything. Because just like you were saying, that's why a lot of coaches like it. That's why they enjoy it. And that's really everything for us. Like, that's what coaches want to see, and they want to see, hey, did this guy do this? Did this guy show up here? Did this guy, compete with this? How does he react to this? And now we're giving them the opportunity to go and compete against the top players in the country, like the top. Grayson is. Hey, Danny said, "Don't forget a dark question." That's a fact, Danny.
That's
That
a
is
fact. That's a fact.
fact. And again, the truth will set you free. Hey, again, another dude I want to shout out, give my salute to, Danny.
That's the real general right there. Serious that's watching this. One of the real ones, seriously.
Dog, me and you can give story after
story.
We
could go on for hours about Danny the GOAT. I call him Danny the GOAT. For real.
Man, Danny take them kids out of 11U, 12U, 10U, and he, you know what I'm saying, when I was there in North Carolina, he was calling me. Now he'll call you and say, keys. Like,
I want to shout out Danny. I'll tell you why, because when we started this, when I started getting into football in the pandemic, it was during when he started the Dark Horses.
Same.
And the thing about it, and I told him this before, I said, I don't mind saying this public. He taught me doing that youth ball. All right, Keys, you play pro ball, you play college ball. You can give them that language. How could you preach it to these youth kids?
Say that, man.
And that was the biggest. That was one of the challenges he gave me, doing that. And I came back. We did a 13U, won the national championship. I came back the following year with the 11U on purpose, just to see is my language down with these kids? Can these kids understand my language at this age? Now, I had some kids that was out looking like first rounders at 11, but that's when I realized, okay, I'm on the right path, So, he's definitely want to shout him out, because he's responsible for a lot of this. For sure, he put it for me and you. He put it together for us. It gave us the alley oop, and we just dumped it. So we definitely want to salute Danny for sure.
Definitely, man. And you talk about Grayson, you talk about Logan, you talk about so many different kids.
Now I got some dark horse kids: the Grayson, Williams, Jaden Brody, Marquez Wilbur, T.J. Spencer, Caesar Smith, Big Kimbo. You see, I'm still beans.
Look, they just rolling.
Brother, man, we got guys out that program. We got guys from a lot of youth programs, but that program, they show us a lot of love.
They dominate, man.
They dominate.
And that's the thing that I appreciate about Danny, man, is Danny don't run from the smoke. Danny welcomes it.
He welcomes the bump, and you love that though, because that's you got to think about. I told him this the other day. Think about all the coaches he had with the staff, what they was doing, what they ended up doing afterwards.
Yo, he like you, me, Rag, T-Wall,
Ragland,
Rag, right there alone. Like you can look at that core of coaches right there alone and say, That's what quality that them kids was getting. And you look up and you see Braden Atkinson at Mercer, and you see Gavin at Mercer, and you seeing these kids 4-star,
You
5-star.
seeing kid nationally ranked, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Like you see Trajan Odom going to Ohio State, and you're like, what? And it's like, yeah,
AK Cremel, but you had Adrian as his coach that made AK Cremel. So if you
baby.
got Adrian Cremel as the DB coach, and he made his son where he's at today, helping him where he's at. So imagine what do for other 3 DBs, 4 DBs is on the field. So we just had some Coach Cooper, the Southeast. We had some guys like on that staff. So it don't surprise me that a lot of those kids are having the success that they're having now, because they, like I said, we was able to reach them and really get hands on them at a young age. And now when you see them now, it's like, oh yeah, I knew that kid was gonna do that when 13, 12, you know.
And
It's a lot of guys for sure. We
that's
done
the
seen.
wild part is Danny, man. Even when I was at ECU, like some of the kids we was getting from North Carolina, like I bring Danny name up, and it was like, how you know Danny? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know Danny. And then, man, I used to play for the Cap City Steelers. I used to play for this. So, oh, hey, look, he forgot another name. They go Isaiah DeLoach. They go another name.
Oh yeah,
Another
you can't. Yeah, for sure.
right.
He's a ball. Yeah, the lowest
Yeah,
ball player. Ball
and,
player.
and again, man, like quality ball players, but I'll even say quality kids too, man. Like that's the other thing is Danny definitely gonna help shape your young man into a good young man, yo. And everybody that I've seen come through there, and again, with our intention to help him get exposure and develop him and help him be a better young man. Again, look, Danny's a part of that village that we talk
Yeah,
about.
that's the village that we like. You know, the dark. We don't want to be a part of any other type of villages.
Nah,
But
that's the
the
village, yeah.
Danny Brown, like Cap City, around like those type of villages. Yeah, I love those villages. North, I like those villages. These other villages, man. We've seen it. You watching it. We don't want to be a part of that. So when I see a parent that say this is their village and they want me to be a part of it, it's no way. I'd rather just you keep that village, and we'll meet. We'll meet eventually. I give them 2 years, a year, 2 years. They'll come back around. And it's not being like a lot of people look at, well, you just think Trench Elite the best thing ever. No, a lot of people know. I talk to a lot of trainers in North Carolina. There's a lot of trainers in North Carolina, O-line trainers. There's a lot. However, it's just, you know.
What I'll say it. I'll call a spade, man.
Yeah, call a spade, man.
Your investment and my investment is the improvement for the kids and the improvement for ourselves. How can we see these young men be better if we're not better? So how can I gain knowledge? How can I be a better trainer? How can I be a better coach if I'm not continuing to evolve and learn? Like I expect them to continue to evolve and learn. And what you end up seeing is you see a lot of guys that just see stuff on TV or Instagram or YouTube and they just throw it in a workout and it's like that ain't doing nothing. Like that ain't helping nobody.
It's the reason why I tell people, traditionally we rub elbows with a lot of generals. Like Sack Sensei, my D-line coach is tuned in. Like it's going to be at the pass rush clinic. That's what we're on. You know, we're looking to be around those type. Duke Manyweather, you know, that's the type of rooms we're in. We're trying to get in, you know, and stay in. Torian Wilson's my guy. Everybody watches Craft Alignment on social media, but those are the rooms that we're in. Those are the guys that we talk to about ball because we know those are the guys that's really helping these kids really enhance their game. We don't have time for, for those guys, and that's the best way to put it, man. We're in different rooms. And the reason why we're in different rooms is because we're actually helping these kids get better. That's what it's about. I tell people if it was about the money, we wouldn't do the things that we do at Trinity Leader program. A lot of people know we do the scholarships, we do the race, all that good stuff for these kids to get them in, get them going. We're also going to be starting a 501(c)(3) that's going to be coming. That's really going to change the outlook of what we do in the Trinity League. So it ain't about the money. The money going to come when you see the success in general from everybody. You know, they're gonna want to donate. They're gonna want to be a part of your movement.
Just like I told their parent, we ain't trying to make $1 million off y'all. We trying to
I don't want $1 million off the parent.
I want to make y'all make $1 million because that type of success ain't gonna do nothing but keep bringing us success. That's what we want.
And then what happens is these schools, they start to see, oh, y'all are coming from this one guy. He's one of two guys. So now they're like, how can we scratch your back to scratch mine?
Facts.
And that's that's a whole nother story, But
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother segment. But
yeah, man. So, hey, look, we coming up on the end here, brother. Just a couple things. So, Mr. Richard Ziegler, he threw out a question. He said, "What is a good recovery routine?" For me, I used to always use. There was two things that I always did in my recovery routine. I used to do something called a leg drain, where I would get on a bike, low resistance, and I would just pedal for 20 minutes. 20 minutes just to get the blood flowing. And literally, I would take a folding chair, sit it on the side of like a wall. I'd even be on a video game on the phone. It didn't matter. And I lay on my back, put my legs up on the folding chair, and I would let all the blood run back towards my body just to let my legs go numb. All this is doing is just, again, draining your legs of all the lactic acid, letting new blood kind of run down into your feet and your legs and your big muscles in your lower body, trying to get your legs back. A lot of times, that's the hardest thing to try and get back, especially during camp, especially if you've been working out really tough. I used to leg drain a lot. And to be honest with you, I used to foam roll, big foam roll guy. I would keep saying it, big foam roll guy. I would lay on the ground, lay on the floor, be playing the video game, and be rolling out for 30, 45 minutes, an hour and a half, like it didn't matter to me. Just because I knew what it was really doing for my body and my muscles. Keys, you got anything? You got any?
man, my recovery. I'm gonna be honest. I was so old school with it, man, and saying that as soon as I would get out of practice, I'm not lying. I would go. If we stayed in hotels, I'm going to the cold tub immediately. There's a type of Normatec. It's not the real norm. You can always get a Normatec, but there's some on Amazon. It's a little different, a little cheaper. I always did something like that. Normatec used to have in the room. We always had a massage gun. If I couldn't get my hands on a foam roller, I was the guy that had the lacrosse ball.
Lacrosse ball, little PVC pipe will do
the
same.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And was using that. I was a vitamin guy too. I was a real. I say that now because I'm not that now. I got to get back on it, but fish oils, stuff like that. Definitely multivitamins. Just the little stuff like it's a cycle of stuff you could do. You just don't think about it because you're just going every day. So once you set a schedule for yourself,
when you young, when
we was young, we was getting it. I think year 3. Where was I at? I want to say I played in fan control, and that's when I realized that was year 4. That's when I was like, oh, like you wake up, you're like, oh, that's my hip hurt, man, my shoulders don't feel the same. But that was because I'm like, okay, Keys, you're getting older, so you really gotta do the little things correct. You ain't gonna make it to the game day.
And if you make it a game day, you're gonna be sluggish. You're gonna be
sluggish.
You're gonna be like, yo, can we get this over with? Not thriving, not really going out there putting the best tape out that you can put out, man. And that's the other thing about it is like your recovery allows you to dominate like later in the season, in the fourth quarter. Everybody's fresh in the first quarter, but you can kind of see where everybody's routine looks like by that late third, fourth. You'll start to see guys hurt, and you'll see that D-line tapping out of the game a little bit more often, and you're like, okay, yeah, he ain't quite 100. He ain't quite what he.
I told my younger kids this today actually. Like, if you're a guy on defense, so the front 7, you're basically gonna always bang.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you might drop in coverage at linebacker sometimes, but the D line you're always banging. O line you're always banging. And saying that you have to take care of your body the most because by week 6, week 7, you see what I'm saying? So you're starting to feel it. Those are the guys. That's when guys drop. Seriously, that's when guys. Oh, he ain't playing today, or he can't practice today. So that's why it's important to do the little things because as you get further in the season, shoot, we need you. And you know how it goes. I'm going to speak on I'm from Division II, so he'll tell you. We always laugh at this. In Division II, you only have 5 to 6 good linemen. Yeah, all right. So if one of us get hurt, that's it.
That's all.
That guy in the twos in the twos for a reason. So if we got to roll with him, that's how we lost the second round of the NCAA playoffs. We had to put a backup in, and that guy wasn't ready. There was a reason why we only rolled with 7 guys. We didn't even travel with 10. We traveled with 7. So in saying that, no, he laughing because I'm not lying.
I'm laughing because we only had 6 while I was at Duke.
Oh yeah, you know how that goes. Man,
it was the 7. It was like, hey, we got 6.
Kennedy's told us straight up, you don't have to, Keys, you ain't got to do field goal. We'll get the backup. Rest of y'all, it's no point in bringing y'all. We're not wasting jerseys. Man, I'm not taking up seats for these guys. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, you might want to stay healthy because as the season goes on, it's important. So just take care of your body, do the little things. It's all the little things that's going to really help you out and help you out in the long run, for sure.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So Jeff Clark said that the GOAT Rack just jumped in here for a second, man. But dog,
I can't see who's Jordan. So whoever you say, I'm like you said, Zig, what's up, baby? I can't even see the guy. So I'm just, as you're saying it, I'm like, oh, okay, my guy. Zig's son's a bad boy. He play linebacker at Central. It's gonna be a problem. And Zig been a big supporter of the trenches of the league. He know what we're trying to do. And I appreciate that Durham area in general, just for showing me love and welcoming me with open arms. The Clark family is like my second family. They know how much I deeply appreciate those guys a lot. Jeff Clark, like a brother to me. I went to UNC Pembroke with him.
Speaking of Jeff Clark, he wanted to tell you, talk about trusted twin. A kid and parent must have. Keys is all about building his kids up instead of hurting them, man. So Jeff wanted to shout you out, drop a good dime in the comments.
Well, now we gonna we gotta build everybody up. The difference between us and everybody else, I told somebody this the other day. I won't lie to you. Now, how does that look? That could be he might should have lied. He a little too, you telling the truth. No, I'm not going to sit here and frown upon you or dwell on you. I just want to tell you the truth so we can get you to where we got to go. And he know we're not going to tear no kids down. We're trying to build everybody up. We want everybody to feel like they're $1 million because it's $1 million position. So, it's, Clark, no, I definitely love and appreciate them for everything.
Definitely,
for
man.
everything.
Hey, before we get off, man.
Oh yeah.
Please, I'm gonna let you plug yourself in, man. Here, hey, I did want to throw out the jokes, man. But hey,
go ahead.
Rack said y'all gonna fight. Rack said y'all gonna fight.
Oh man, hold up, man. I didn't even know he was watching. Hold up. That's not man. Hold on. All right, let me get my little.
All I told him was I'm already. All right, look, I already know what it is.
I already know. Well, before we even end, we got time, right? We got a little bit of time.
We got time. Go ahead.
I ain't got time for Rack. He gonna call me soon. Me and my dog Rack, we've been tight since 2010. I was the same thing with Kofi. 2010, we all built that relationship. Rack could tell. I knew Rack when he was a player. I actually taught Rack how to play running back. He won't tell everybody the truth, but that's a whole nother story. But that's my guy. I love him though. That's my brother. We've been around since 2010. He's seen the journey and the grind. He's seen what I've gone through. He's seen the fight, what I had to go through to get to this point. He sees the vision. He knows that I'm not done. I tell him that every time. He always tell me how proud of him, how proud he is of me. I tell him I'm not done, just getting started. So man, Rack, please don't. And he hired me last year. So thank you, Coach. Look, please. I didn't even know he was in the chat. On my end, I can't see who's in here.
Yeah. He just jumped in.
On my end, I'm just here. So no, big shout out to Rack, man. That's my brother. Everybody know that. Everybody know.
Yeah, man.
That's
Rack.
really who got me into the youth ball way was Rack. And then he introduced me to Danny, and then we became that that came to bond, came to one. So nah, Rat, please don't fight me, man. We don't want no trouble. That's my guy though, man. I ain't know he was in here. I mean,
Definitely.
who's in here? That's what I'm saying. I don't even know. Like, so I don't feel like they gonna
He
shout me
jumped
out,
in late,
man.
man. He jumped in late, bro. He even threw it out there. He said, "Love you, bro. Keep going." So
Yeah,
it's
that's my guy, man. Nah, I just didn't even know he was in here. That's a busy man. So we didn't think he was gonna tune in tonight.
definitely did, man. So
Yeah.
look, I'm glad he actually made it, bro. That's a big move because we know he on the streets and
He's on the streets right now. He's
yeah,
cooking up.
that's the
Y'all,
guy,
if you
man.
think what he did last year was, you in for a treat with Coach Rag. That's all I'm gonna say.
definitely.
Yeah, he comes back hungry, so don't trust me.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you plug yourself real quick, man. Anything you got going on.
So
You got the youth tournament going, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you plug all that.
May 4th is going down. We were supposed to do it on April 6th. Ended up rescheduling it for field situation. We ended up getting it to Southeast Raleigh. Man, it's going to be special because number one, it's a youth and 5-on-5. However, but if you know me, I'm not going to just. I'm going to always bring some guys. So we got some guys from the DMV. I got a team from Cali that's going to represent. I got a youth team from New Jersey that's going to represent. I got a new team, youth team from Georgia. Really going to have a good flavor. Some good kids really competing. I'm just showing my area. This is what it looks like. No, I don't need it with shoulder pads and helmet. We're going to keep it real clean. I know somebody else asked me that. No, I'm not going to get these kids hurt. So we're going to keep it clean with the refs. Same way how we do high school. Keep it nice and steady. We're going to have more space with this field. Probably have about 2 matches going at the same time. We have a couple of youth teams. We have a lot of youth teams out there, but expect the show, man. I'm telling you. And I'm inspired. I'm proud and I'm happy for my area. I'm happy for my state. Everybody's now, it's a wave. I see people that are joining in. I see people that want to be a part of it. And a lot of anybody else will just hate me. Like, man, how they going to take it? Long as Coach Keys ain't take this idea, I brought the idea here. You see what I'm saying? And the only difference, be honest with you, I wasn't even the first person to do it. Someone else started this. But, it's not about who did it first, but I did it right. We doing it right. So now the middle school version, the youth version, you thought the high school version was crazy in January. This one's going to be special because people don't know, I have my own 13U group that's going to be a part of it, and we're going to really let these kids really compete and just show these kids, hey, man, you might be the best in your area, but are you the best in the state? You might be the best in the state, but are you the best in the East? You might be the best in the East, but are you the best in the world? You see what I'm saying? So we're just trying to it's a self-eval. That's the beauty of 5-on-5.
It would be nice if I could get some Florida flavor to come up there. So
you got to bring me some Florida. But I tell you what, Florida know about me now. We went down there. Shout out to Torian Wilson. We went down there and showed love at West Baco. Played against team like that. They had the thing I love about Florida, we got to get hip, North Carolina. They had high school teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
whole school will show up. Whole set.
Your school showed up. So I was going against not just club teams, high schools. So, I was able to actually really let me know, okay, can we really play out here in this weather and playing this type of guy? Come to find out we could play in Florida. The difference is the heat is crazy down there. You know it. When we on turf and the heat's on, you might got us by the 4th. But as far as this grit, though, our kids came out there and competed. We left our mark in Florida for sure. So we're going to be back, trust me. But if I get some of that Florida flavor up here for the May 4th event, we're going to talk. I know you got a guy. I know you got a team of 2 for me out there.
I'm trying to. I told you, I done dabbling with a little 11U, 12U flavor right now. I'm trying to bring them. I'm gonna try and make it happen, man, because it's a big event. It's a great competition. And to be honest with you, and again, you got Grayson, but I think that this is a great opportunity for them to see the next wave that comes through. So you know who the 29 guy, you know who the 30 guy, the 31. You already know who the names are, because
man,
right now TJ is finna be a
we got some kids from 2029, 2030
Monster.
Amir Daniels, 29 kid, gonna be a monster. He's seen TJ Spencer since he was young.
Man.
TJ Spencer is gonna be one of those guys.
TJ Spencer are different.
Yeah, I got the limo set for him now. I got this limo outside for him right now. He's a dog. Caesar Smith, he's a sixth grade going to the seventh grade that will clamp you like right now.
Dark horses.
Yeah, look, yeah. Did they say it?
Plugging daddy in the dark horse.
Who we got? Man, I got a kid from Maryland Heat. Y'all see him. Y'all gonna see him make 4. Chance Wright. Chance Wright is gonna go P5. He's the TJ for the Virginia area. And then we got a kid that's hot rod at 6'2", 290, and that's 12 years old. So we got guys that's like, oh, like you got, that's the beauty of Tristan Elite. Some of these trainers in this area, your flow might stop because you're not reinventing new talent. We gonna keep it going. I might give you some guys from the crew, like just to be a part of your training program because we have so many, that can really go. That's how good we are at what we do. So no, the middle school one, I like that one more than high school because I'm showing you the future before it happens.
Facts.
I'm gonna show you this kid before when he blow up. You be like, yeah, I remember watching him when he was 12, 13. He was 11. Big Zeke, little Zeke. If y'all haven't seen him, he's a social media sensation. Man, that kid. You got Jeff Saturday, he's Jeff Sunday.
Zeke is a workhorse.
He's a workhorse. So you got kids that really get after it at a young age. And I put them in my high school group. They were my high school kids. Why? Because this is where you're aspiring to get to, that talent. And some of my middle school kids can dance better than my high school guys.
Which lets you know you're developing them right. They're young,
right. So
along, and the longer they with you, the better they get.
The best is when you get a new high school kid and then he sees your youth kid. But it's the high school kid's first day. So he's like, oh. And I'm like, nah, you gonna get there. Like, I'm just letting you know that we do this young. This is not fake. I think Zig's if Zig still watches, Zig seen me out there in the heat, 98-degree heat, giving the game to a kid. We gonna attention to detail with me, man. It's detail. So what y'all seeing with all these kids from Trenchard Elite program right now, it's no secret to us. It's no surprise because the attention to detail that we've been given. The world's shocked. We're not, but like I said, y'all just been too busy looking at the same people all the time. You gotta look at something different.
Facts, man. Facts. There's other opportunities out there. Again, Trenches Elite, you can find them on IG.
You gotta hit that follow button immediately.
Man, give him a follow to stay up to date, stay tapped in with him. Again, he got a lot of great things coming, a lot of great things always going on. Again, me and my bro talk all the time. Pick up the phone, chit chat, we laugh.
We might have to do another episode, another TETC3 episode.
Man, I'm here for it, dog.
The people, yeah. They didn't really let us. If you give us let's see, we're going to do an hour and 30. You give us another episode to keep boosting the ratings like how we was going, it's going to be dangerous because you start to get free game and you start to realize the truth.
Facts.
And the truth sometimes hurt.
It's
hurt.
A lot of truth out here, bro. It's a lot of truth that we got to give.
We got to give. That's the best way to look. It's a lot of truth we got to give. And that's what we on. So, look, like he said, hit the follow button, but most importantly, follow the journey. Because some of these kids, man, I want you to just follow their journey. If you look at the first post that we ever put, that was Jaden Brody's first day with us. Now you look at who he is now. So you got to understand, Charlie Stewart was a senior, that didn't know much technique, didn't know how to play the game. He's that one man doing his thing. Gavin Morris was this is the joke. So Gavin, it was like Cofield made gumbo, right? And he made gumbo, put his Creole in there, put his Caesar salt in there, and then he left, right? And then he let his gumbo, instead of taking it to like Popeyes, it went to
Nah, instead of me taking it to Papa Do's, I took it to Popeyes.
Yeah, instead of taking the Papa Doe, he took it to the churches. He didn't even
Yeah,
take it to
churches. There you
Popeyes.
go. Yeah,
He
yeah.
took it to churches, and Coach Rackley came and I'm gonna
said-
go Coach Rack with corporate. Coach Rack came and said, "What you doing? You need to go get that and put your season on it." And that's what we did. Where he was at, it was non-season. He wasn't getting seasoned enough. So I went and got him. Stirred the pot with him. Put the little finishing touches on it. We excited to see what he do.
Is in there now. You look.
Yeah, we put the Lowrys in there. Put the whole. Yeah, I'm like, yo, he started the dish. Then my man picked up the dish. And then I said, let me go, give me that. Let me finish that.
Yeah,
Put this on there. So
I
that's
know
how we
that day I called him. I was
him.
like, hey, man, go get with Keys, man. What you doing?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm like, nothing I'm seeing. And I know what I left. And this ain't what I left.
We try to be good. But what he said is the truth though. So I had to get him at everybody's been saying, it was like, man, you and Gavin, we was all over last year. But we have been putting in since like not last, but the November before last. So we was really putting the time in going into his last year. I'm actually lying. We put it in actually that July going into his junior year. We started. So that was when we saw the Beijing. Was it before that? It was probably before that. It was a camp he did, and he was like, go get him. And I got him.
It just didn't look good.
It didn't look the same. That's all. It just didn't look the same. So I came and got him. But that happens with a lot of kids. Cofield will be like, if it's a kid that Cofield dealt with, hey, look, nah. He don't need to go. He need to go over there because he was over here. Yeah. So it was a lot of that with Gavin, and it fit right in. It just picked up where he left off, the real way, the right way.
Definitely.
So one thing before we leave, I'll just say, and Kofi, they've been in my corner for years. We've been talking ball and was able to express each other's backgrounds. And I always pick on him because I tell him, like, man, you speak the Duke language, I speak the Pembroke language. And then sometimes I look at him like, man, you from Tarboro. Give me that Tarboro flavor so the world can understand what we're really looking at, we're really dealing with. But this platform, I will say, is different because it's not a lot of I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. Not a lot of minority O-line coaches with a platform that's able to give their side of the game and to really be able to show these kids this is how we're taught. This is our style of play. This is how I prepare for the game. This is how I live through this game. You might hear from different opinions, but like I said, this is one of the first platforms that we have. I just want you to know I tip my hat off to you for that because we don't have any of these bad boys at all. And any O-line, anything that we listen to, it's not authentic like this. We try to keep it so. I think the difference between O-linemen is we try to keep it so technical that we forget who we are. You forget where you're from. You see what I'm saying? And
look, you'll tell me in a quick second. You be like, bro, you from Tarboro, bro. Cool.
Yeah, I'll cut. So, Kofi, I might say, man. Yeah, they ID'd. It was 4 down. They ID'd the Wills, the backer. He might hit you with a Duke turn. They was 2 centimeters. The safety right here is off the half. He going to put, and then he'll hit you with these words. And I'm like, time out. You from Tarboro. Like, just tell me the Tarboro word. And then we're back to normal. So it shows me too. Y'all gotta understand the guy that's behind the mic, that's the host, and he's coached at a high school level, he's coached at a collegiate level, and professional level. So he's able to give it to us in different languages, in different styles, different formats. I'm just a guy that's known him when he was the player. So I want the player Cofield. I want the, so that's why I have that. The man, don't ever stop being who you are, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make this platform 10 times better than what it is. I always tell him that. Don't ever stop being who you are, because who you are is the reason why we're here today on this platform, on this show. And like I said, we don't have anything that's talking our language when it comes to O-line play. So I love what you're doing. I'm telling him I'm going to come back. And you're probably gonna have more videos for me to look at and laugh at.
I'm gonna have you back, and eventually we are gonna sit here and break down. I'm gonna put the setup together, and we gonna break down some tape, some people
Yeah.
don't do, and we gonna get in the mix, man, because it's just like you saying, man, just like you with the fives, man, and a lot of your growth and development, that you even taking with your fives, bro. That's what I'm trying to do for us, man. Is I'm trying to kick down as many doors as I can and turn around and look at everybody and say, come on, like let's ride, let's go with us, man, because like you saying, it's not a lot of minority O-line coaches as it is. And I haven't seen a minority O-line space, my trench space, period, where we can talk
Right.
the game and still keep it us, man. Because I mean, it does look a little different. It sounds a little different sometimes, just coming from us. And for a while, I mean, just being transparent in this game, they didn't even think we were smart enough to play the position at one point.
Man,
And we
don't
got
get me started. I played the position where in their eyes, I played center for the 5 to 6 years I played. That was a position that they felt like we wasn't smart enough to play.
Facts.
I wasn't smart enough to make the adjustments at the line of scrimmage. I wasn't smart enough to be the second quarterback. So I took it personal, and a lot of people want to. You got a lot of students about your program. Yeah, black, white, Hispanic, but I'm giving them the regular language. It don't matter who you are. If you care about this game and you care about the X's and O's and the small details about this game, you'll be successful. I've been plenty of times. Shoot, I aired now. I'm not playing no more. Shoot, the XFL, I did not. That was mainly because this guy from here is this type of center. This is the type of center that I wanted to be out there. That was how my journey kind of ended. And it was, and so you got to understand. And I didn't understand it then. I understood it then. But I'm like, man, my first 5 years, I didn't go through that. I was just defeating the odds, right? So that last year, I went through that. Where it's like, there's no way. Nah, try this position. No, I am this position. So I tell kids all the time, man, Trench Elite, the difference between me and anybody else, I gave my soul to this game. You gave your soul to this game. We sold it, not Illuminati fan. I mean, people, if you wonder, we didn't really, but we gave our soul, we gave our life to this game. So what we're doing now, man, I don't care who you are, black, white, Hispanic. If you can play this position, you can play this position.
Right.
But I do express to them, as time go on, you will experience a certain hiccup, a certain roadblock.
The politics will, it will get
that
in
you're not gonna be able to control.
Yep.
Right. And I don't want you to feel like, oh man, why did this happen to me? No, it's part of life. We try to prepare you for it beforehand, before you run into that. You're gonna run into a hiccup like that, trust me. And that's a whole nother segment, but trust me. I don't care who you are.
That's why we gotta have you back on, bro. Gotta get you.
We can go on for hours.
We got so much game, bro, that we can definitely give, man. So many great life lessons. Again, everything, just the grind of having it. I mean, even your story, bro, just the adversity that you done battled to get to where you're at, and just, being transparent with kids that, that can make it, that can get there, that feel like, I can't do this. I didn't hit a roadblock here. That's a lot of it, man. That's just so much of it. So, like I said, bro, we're gonna definitely do this again.
For sure.
Bigger and better the next time, bro. We're gonna keep it growing, man. So, and again, we're both girl dads.
We're both girl dads. I'm surprised mine isn't screaming for me right now.
I can't help it. Homegirl get tired of me being away. So before we go, man, Keys, I definitely want to salute you again, brother. I appreciate you getting on here. Appreciate you being a part. Appreciate everything you're doing. This is Trench Talk Live. We're gonna sign out, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the outro video. Appreciate y'all tuning in and looking forward to next week, man.
TC3, we in the trenches. Trench Talk Live, we keep it real. Breaking down the time to go live. Game talk, real talk, straight from the grind. Recruitment, NIL, we cover it all. From the field to the books, we never gon' stall. Trench Talk Live, we keep it real. Breaking down the game, giving out the deal. NCAA, we talking skills. From the grind to the shine, we getting thrills.
Let's go.